What up, people? It's your boy Al out here in Houston, in my city. It's a beautiful day, by the way. Just following up with y'all, hitting y'all up in response to something that's been bugging a lot of people here the past 24 hours, and that is Billboard magazine's top 10 greatest rappers list. Now, some of you have seen this list and have flipped out because the biggest omission was there was no Tupac. A lot of people saw that and was like, no Tupac, what? So it is kind of crazy that there is no Tupac Shakur on the top 10 greatest MCs list. If you haven't seen the list, it starting from number 10 is Lil Wayne, number 9 is Kendrick Lamar, number 8 is Ghostface Killer from the Wu-Tang Clan, number 7 is Lauryn Hill, number 6 is 3 Stacks, Andre 3000. Number 5 is Nas. That's it, Nas. Number 4 is Rakim. Number 3 is Eminem. Number 2 is Jay, and number 1 is Big. Now, people saw that list, and I too was like, "Whoa! How do you come up with a list like that? Greatest MCs of all time." And some of these people, in my opinion, shouldn't be on the list, and in the opinion of others, shouldn't be on the list. I'm gonna do two things. The first thing I'm gonna do, give you my opinion of who is on the list, who absolutely should not be on the list, and then I'll give you my opinion of those who are on the list who I don't agree with being on the list. They're not in my top 10, but if you got them in your top 10, cool. I think you can defend them. The people who absolutely should not be on the list, number 1 is Lauryn Hill. Number 1, she is known mostly as a singer, even though she is a dope MC. She does not have a large enough body of work as an MC. She's known, most of her work, The Killing Me Softly, and a lot of her other joints, she's known for her singing. So I don't think she has a large enough body of work to be on a top 10 greatest MCs of all time list. Another who I don't think should be on the list is Kendrick, because not that I don't think he's amazing, he absolutely is, but it's too soon. His body of work is too small, and we need to wait to see if he stands the test of time. You could be on with a small body of work, because Biggie is, but Biggie's work has stood the test of time. Those are the people that I think have to come off the list. People who I could defend Lil Wayne. His reign as one of the, if not the best MC in the game, whether it comes to his solo albums, which for a long time he couldn't miss. Solo albums, compilations, mixtapes, doing guest work, spin balls on other people's work, just doing a hook would make a song light up. So I can defend Lil Wayne being on this. If you got Lil Wayne in your top 10, cool. Ghostface Killer, a lot of people have a problem with Ghostface. I could defend Ghostface, one of the members of one of the greatest groups of all time, the Wu-Tang Clan. And people don't really realize how hard it is to spit as an MC with a group and as a solo artist, back and forth. You go from a 9-man crew to a solo artist, to a 9-man crew to a solo artist. And he's done that consistently since 1994. Put out over 10 solo albums, and then still the classic albums with the Wu. He wasn't initially the Wu-Tang's best member. That was the GZA. That's why he always used to rap last. But over time, Ghostface has worked to become one of the greatest MCs of all time. So if you got Ghostface, he's not in my top 10, but if you have him in yours, I can't argue with that. Another person who's not in my top 10, but he is in my top 15, is Andre 3000. Not in my top 10 because, in my opinion, you can't be a top 10 MC of all time without any solo work. Outkast's greatest group ever, in my opinion, but no solo MC albums. The Love Below was not a solo MC album. So he's in my top 15, not my top 10, for that reason. Just to clarify something with people, the whole Pac not being on the list messes with a lot of people. Here's what you must understand about magazines like Billboard magazine and magazines like Vibe magazine, where Pac was also rated very low in their greatest geniuses in music. These are East Coast New York magazines. Okay, and if you know anything about New York when it comes to Pac, they hate, and I mean hate, Tupac. They hate him. So they will find any way they can to degrade or belittle him or not give him any credit for anything. They hate the man. And so when you're looking at things that come from Billboard magazine, Vibe magazine, sometimes even a Source magazine, you have to understand you're dealing with people who can't stand the man. Straight up. The criteria for the greatest top 10 MC list, according to Billboard, was not necessarily your body of work or how popular your songs were, but how well you could spit, which evidence, again, that's East Coast stuff. They talk about spit, bars, flow, all of that. That's an East Coast deal. With that being said, here's my top 10. Rakim, number 1, God MC, created lyricism. Rap's never been the same since him. Number 2, Biggie, most complete MC ever, in my opinion. Number 3, I'll go Tupac. Yes, he didn't have the greatest bars ever, but there's more to it than that. There's more to it than just being able to spit. There's more to it than just, yeah, he wouldn't win an 8-mile battle against anybody. He's not a battle rap MC, but he's still one of the all-time greats. So you can't just leave him off the list. So he's number 3 for me. Number 4, I go Scarface. I don't know how he got left off the list. You want to talk about longevity? From 1988 to 2015, just dropped a hot album. And again, like Ghostface, going from group, Ghetto Boys, to solo artists for that long, being that great. Scarface is number 4 for me. Number 5, I go with Nasty Nas. Illmatic, he defeated Jay. Will still say something about something. That's important to me. You got to be able to speak on the issues and talk about things other than just how much shine you got. Number 6 will go to Jay-Z. Mr. Carter's been too consistent, too good for too long. Number 7, I give it to Eminem. A lot of people, especially a lot of black people, try to clown on Eminem, saying this, saying that about Eminem. But if you're honest with yourself, you haven't heard too many people in history spit like Eminem. You're not going to stand too many people up until you outrhyme Eminem. His subject matter is where he loses a lot of black people. We're not going to make a lot of songs dogging our mama out, but you can't front on him. So he's number 7 for me. Number 8, KRS-One, The Teacher. The greatest freestyler ever, greatest battle rapper ever, and the first real artist to really try to teach us something. Started to stop the violence movement. So KRS is number 8 for me. Number 9, Big Daddy Kane, first to invent swag flow. Father Biggie, father of Jay-Z. And then number 10 is the legendary Ice Cube. Find me an artist in not just hip-hop history, but music history, who has better back-to-back albums than Death Certificate and America Most Wanted. And I'll take Ice Cube off my list, but Ice Cube goes on because not just legend with NWA, but his solo albums are beastly. So that's my top 10. What's yours? Peace.